Hello everyone, I'm going to look at every Nominees campaign to see if they truly deserve this incredible achievement of being in the popular league. Now the first thing I noticed is that 8 out of 10 play MKDD, so clearly we're off to a good start. Now in the campaigns we can also see here that I have 100 more thread views than the second most viewed campaign. And I can't even participate in this KC. So hopefully all the campaigns got overlooked accidentally. Let's just take a look. Robert McKinnon, also known as iMathy. So it starts off with calling himself the shortcut goat. I mean, I'm glad you're currently the only person that can endure playing shortcut for multiple games and stay up to date on them. You know, good thing Legacy's shortcut players are easy to compare as shortcut strategies never change. I'm also glad you mentioned being a community leader by updating the shortcut Google Sheet for MKDD. You know, I'm glad to have added you on the team. You've been only late by 3 hours as you mentioned, because with 4 I would have been absolutely livid. How dare you? Now there's also some pandering for the 50Hz/PAL folks here, saying you don't need PAL to do well, but it sure helps a ton. Also you've got Andrew Mass supporting you. Alright, Xander Giordani. So quite a bit short here. It doesn't mention that he's Classic Combined Champion, 5th in MK64, almost top 10 in MKDD, and has great timesheets and other cards, but instead mentions being an enjoyer of head pads for his Whittle head. This speech truly appeals to the entire user base of competitive time trialers, and definitely is in a very small niche that understands uwu speak, riddled with pop culture references. Basically, he's the Martin Luther King, connecting all games together with speaking the language of the Karters. And all of that in just 3 sentences, which definitely wasn't just typed in 5 minutes. I can't wait to see another sentence once he makes it to the next round. Can't wait, man. Max Itzkowitz, also known as Max28. Yeah, we've got a whole lot more to work with here. Looks like Max is taking the Robert approach by writing a quick autobiography. So he says how many times he asked Nate demands us to vote for him. There's a few. Therefore, you should vote for me. Throw me into your nominations list if it isn't full. Pay it back. If you also update, you should vote for me. If you play a card game, you should vote for me. And one last vote for me. Now, I think what he's trying to get across here is that we should really take a step back and carefully consider who our favorite Karters are and what they truly stand for. Not being taken away by propaganda, but doing your own research. Truly a powerful message by Max. Joel Johnson, also known as Rusty, starts off with an Among Us reference, which really helps get the Zoomers on board. Mario Golf Totsu Tour for the Millennials, Battle Goal for Yui for the Immortal Weeps, and then Arnold Palmer Tournament Golf to get the Boomers. Truly a great start. And he mentions there will be a video out later today. And now as of recording this, we're on the 11th of May, almost 12th, there's still no video, Rusty. Ben has the audacity of naming someone else to vote as if our generosity in giving votes isn't already at our limit. Truly a horrifying move to support your friends. Then finishes off by flexing all of the player pages for every Karter to identify Rusty on the leaderboards. Now this would be a cool move if in your bio you didn't just say also other cards, as if they're not important enough, clearly only temporarily showing interest in the other cards just for campaign votes. Don't fall for it, sheeple. Charlotte Crego, also known as Flanders. Now, we start off with a very similar tone. We've heard in a lot of campaigns this year, being that the previous winners have all been very good at Mario Kart, and that this now needs to change. To combat this cliché, Flanders builds up a god complex, claiming she's the messiah and martyr who has come to drain the swamp and build that wall against the MKDD elite. Flanders then goes on to mention some of her greatest achievements, mentioning MKDD former 50Hz Women's Champion, very competitive leaderboard, which indeed is a very competitive leaderboard and I cannot say anything else about it. And having to had endured being good at a Mario Kart Wii glitch until the update error got fixed. Luckily, Flanders wasn't good. Lastly, Flanders' apology video did not start with wiping away a tear and then sighing, so sadly, I can't say that I'm a true Flan anymore. John K, also known as Parsimonian. Here we have another era play, this time of Mario Kart as a whole. So let's take a look at the video as that is all to it this campaign. So clearly copying from Stanley Kubrick and Steven Spielberg, as you copied lines from my MKDD tutorial series. This is an exact one-to-one replica of one of Hollywood's classics. And you're also wearing a cappy hat, but clearly Odyssey came out after Double Dash. So that means that this video is not of you playing as a child, even though it definitely looks like it. Now here's you looking at all your future voters. Very inspiring. Speaking of inspiring, you made a vague inspiring voiceover, which got tears all over my keyboard, so now I have to buy a new one. Thanks, Parsi. Arvo Koski Kallio. Now, I'd like to make fun of this, but you're already making fun of yourself straight from the beginning, such as comparing yourself to Shakespeare, Homer, and drawing a wild conclusion about being the 4th greatest player to ever touch the game from being 4th, and from just being a Mario Kart Wii player in general. As this campaign is absolutely drenched in sarcasm, we have to understand that it looks much better when you list your achievements when you put it in a joking way, because then it's just a joke, bro. Make Mario Kart Great Again has already been used in Karter Contest 2016. Only 6 years later does the joke finally arrive at Arvo, hoping to participate in the latest memes. I appreciate the attempt, Arvo. I'd almost believe that there's actually a cult for you. Maxime Duhim, also known as Max954. Now, he comes in hard with the stop speedrunning life, just speedrun games, which is just an incredible statement, only matched by the likes of famous quote creator Albert Einstein. A beautiful white background slide filled with text that's difficult to read to get the reader curious as to what it actually says and take their attention. Very smart move here. On top of that, Max only appeals to MKDers and Canadians, especially Quebec, but apparently hitting the nail on the head here as he made it into the Nominees. Amazing target audience research work there as well. Now at the bottom, Kiyoshi has made him a voting flag that is literally the size of my own post. We also see a pretty please, which is scientifically the most convincing combination of words ever devised by men, so not only is he a fantastic artist, a good researcher, he also has a way with words. What a figure. Lastly, he also promises a 100% MKDD run, which is really exciting for just the MKDD block that was going to vote for him anyway. Cole Edwards, also known as Dr. Mario. I'm simply going to just read this comment he left in the thread that got deleted, because people didn't agree with the person who endorsed him. Real swag crippage from the Giga God Chad himself, Andrew Aluzzi. When God got horny and wanted another son, the only eligible candidate for an offspring was Andrew Aluzzi. So as Jesus 2.0 sings some gangsta beats like straight outta Israel crazy motherfucker named Yeshua, I'm going see you, the language I speak is fucking Hebrew. You almost bow down to this chap pimp example and help a crip out. Man only opted cause he's gonna win anyway. So now that Andrew Aluzzi is out, Edge can win. It's gonna be a fun summer of intercourse and intercarts. Cool. Now if you're 14 and you laughed, then I'm happy to say this is your candidate. Cameron Foister, also known as Kiyoshi MKDD. This campaign is truly a mix out of everything we've seen before. We've got the I can't make it to top level for some reason, blah 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 campaign, like imagine having that, dude, oh my god. List of achievements that's partly joking but partly flexing as well. 18 plus joke. Another list of achievements as a community lead, contributor. And he also promises to make an MKDD Desert Bus custom track, which is really exciting for just the MKDD block that was going to vote for him anyway. Appealing to the immortal weeaboo fanbase with Toho Fumos. There's a lot of MKDD, so that's a risky strat. Alright, and that's it. That's our top nominees, so yeah, let's hopefully your favorite was in here. If not, goodbye.